Okay guys, market cycles. So I promise you by the end of this video, one thing. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why market cycles work the way that they do, how you can take advantage of market cycles, and why it's time in the market and not time in the tops and time in the bottoms. We're going to go through a deep dive into the crypto market cycle. People are saying that alt season's cancelled. Has alt season been cancelled? We're going to be delving straight into that. What would happen if alt season was cancelled? And is it too late for people to enter the crypto market? This is my deepest dive into market cycles so far. Okay, like I said, by the end of this, you're going to have a greater understanding of where we are in the crypto market cycle. I'm trying to bring calm to you guys, but before we do that, let's get the introductions out the way. So I'm Keith, this is Crypto Bullseye, and I want to know who you guys are. So anybody that's new to watching this channel, introduce yourself into the comments, let us know who you are, be a part of our community, and join the free Discord group as well, guys, because that's where all the alpha happens. That's where the community chat to each other, and it is completely free, so it's not going to hurt. I'll leave a link in the description below, but before that I want to talk about one thing. I want to talk about these blue boxes here. Now I want you to just look at this chart, together, and I want you to understand and identify what happens each time we hit one of these blue boxes. Each time we hit one of these blue boxes, you get big surge to the upside, you get a big surge to the upside, you get a big surge to the upside. Each time that we hit one of these blue boxes, and we've hit one now. So we're due a surge to the upside. Now, this is the weekly chart. Each one of these candles is 1 week of price action collectively. So this is the higher time frame. And remember, each one of these candles takes a full week to play out. So it is longer time frame. We're going to talk about what needs to happen for Bitcoin to end its bull run and to start its bear market, whether alt season could potentially be cancelled, and where we are exactly in the cycle, because it's an important thing to understand. People think that alt season is cancelled because alt season hasn't run yet, but I'm going to show you exactly how long alt season runs very shortly. Now, back to these blue boxes. It's all well and good saying we're going to get a bounce off these blue boxes. However, what are these blue boxes, guys? These are when the markets are in extreme fear. Now, remember, markets are driven by greed, markets are driven by fear. Two emotions, guys. Fear is the stronger emotion, and that's why bulls climb the stairs. That's greed. Bears jump out the window. That's fear. Fear is a stronger emotion, guys. It goes back to caveman styles. We've got fear built into us, and that's more entwined into us than what greed is. From a psychological perspective, and remember, it is collectively humans putting in buy orders and putting in sell orders. So emotions are a strong thing, guys. And if you delve into trading psychology, honestly, it is one of the most fascinating things, and it will take you on a journey of self-discovery. People don't understand that now, but people that do start delving into self-development and trading, you'll understand exactly what I say in the next few months. So this is extreme fear. That's what these boxes represent, extreme fear. When the markets are in extreme fear, we get the push. How do we know that it's in extreme fear? We look at the crypto fear and greed index, the Bitcoin fear and greed index. See, today we're on 32, we're in fear. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the all-time history index, and we're going to look at these current levels. And you can see now Bitcoin is in extreme fear. It is in fear. What happens every time that we're in fear? Bounce, bounce, bounce. So that's showing that we're due a bounce in the Bitcoin chart. Does it mean it's going to be in the next couple of hours? Does it mean it's going to be tomorrow? 1 week it takes for one of these candles to play out, guys. This is the higher time frame. So we look at these last levels, and you can see each time, June 2022, March 2020, you can go back to the chart and you can see March 2020, June 2022, down here, you can see each time that we were in extreme fear, the market got the bounce. So that's what these blue boxes represent, extreme fear. And you can see exactly that's where we are now. So the market is fearful at the moment. People think that alt season's cancelled. People think that Bitcoin's had its bull run. Bitcoin is in a bull run, guys. Bitcoin's been putting in higher highs and higher lows since November 2022. Bitcoin has been in its bull run, but is the Bitcoin bull run finished, or have we got another leg up? Whereabouts are we in the cycle? And that's the next thing that we're going to be talking about, the Bitcoin cycle. Now, people that say that the cycle's finished, people that say that the cycle's broken, people say that this time's different. I want to go through the previous cycles with you, and I want you to tell me whether you think that this cycle's different. Guys, it is different. They're all different. But as far as time frame's concerned, I want you to tell me if this is different. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to previous bull markets and previous bear markets and find out exactly how long these things lasted. So first thing, we're going back all the way here. This is 5th of January 2015. What does that represent, guys? That represents the bear market low from the previous bull market high. So what we do is we measure the bear market low to the next bull market high, sorry. And this helps us identify one thing, helps us identify how long this cycle actually was. This cycle was 152 weeks or 1,064 days. So you've got a 152-week cycle from its bear market low to its bull market high. Then the next thing that we look at, is how long was this bear market? This bear market from its high all the way to the bear market low, that was 52 bars. So you can see how long the bull markets last for Bitcoin, and you can see how long the bear markets last for Bitcoin. The accumulative phase, guys, that comes after that, that lasts for 2 years. That's a boring phase. Bitcoin outperforms altcoins, pretty much nearly every single altcoin during that phase. So it's not 52 weeks and then you've got another bull market. Unfortunately, it's 52 weeks where you put in a bottom and then you get the accumulative phase. Accumulative phase needs to happen, guys, because the accumulative phase is where the smart money start adding their bags at these low levels to take advantage of the next move. Remember, smart money, we're the dumb money, guys. We're the retail, unfortunately. The only way that you can take advantage of it is know exactly where we are in the cycle, where they're driving us in the cycle, and then flow with the money. So you've got a 52-week bear market there. Now, what we'll do is we'll zoom out, and then we'll have a look at the next cycle. So the next cycle, how long does the next cycle last? We've got down here, guys. So this is 10th of December 2018. So you've got the 10th of December 2018. Then we're going all the way to the bull market high. Now, what I want you to look at here is how long this period took from the bear market low to the bull market high. 152 bars, 1,064 days. Guys, 152 bars, 1,064 days. Now, you're telling me that there's not something there. Right, 52 bars in the bear market. Let's continue. So you've got 152 bars till its bull market high. There's the cycle. That's the cycle. 152 weeks, 152 weeks, bear market 52 bars, 52 weeks. Now, the next bear market, guys, from the bull market high to this date here, bear market low, 14th of November 2022. Now, what is this? 52 bars, guys. That's how long the bear market lasted. How long did this bear market last? 52 bars, 52 weeks. So what does that give us? It gives us an idea and it gives us an indication of how long that the cycle is going to run going forward. It's not an exact science, guys. The markets will do whatever the hell they want. We're a slave to the markets. We can just follow the markets and take from the markets whatever they give us, should I say. So there's 52 weeks in the bear market. And then what we've done is we've estimated the next current bull market from this bear market low. This bear market low is down here, 14th of November 2022. Then Bitcoin started putting in higher highs and higher lows. So 152 bars, guys, 1,064 days. That would bring us around the 13th of October 2025. So has Bitcoin put in a high? Will it put in a new high? And are we likely to get Altseason? That's the question in everyone's mind. How long have we got left? According to this, guys, we've got that 30 weeks left. Now, is 30 weeks long enough to have an Altseason? That's what we're going to be talking about next. So we're going to look at the Bitcoin dominance. Why is this important? Bitcoin dominance measures how strong Bitcoin is collectively against the rest of the altcoin market. Bitcoin's the big daddy. When you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, nothing else touches it. Nothing else probably will touch it again now, guys. We were talking about the ETH flipping in. The ETH flipping in is not going to happen against Bitcoin, unfortunately. I don't think it ever will, guys. So why do we look at dominance? Because the markets coincide with each other. So dominance gives us an indication of one thing. It gives an indication of Altseason. Altseason's confirmed when the altcoins start outperforming Bitcoin over a period of time. Bitcoin doesn't run as hard as what the alts do. Bitcoin runs 2x, altcoins are run 5, 6, 7x, 20x, some of them, all sorts. What I want to do is measure the Altseason. So this is Altseason, guys. We can tell it's Altseason because this is the drop in the Bitcoin dominance. Remember, when the Bitcoin dominance drops, that's when the alts are outperforming. And that means that the alts are eating away at the market cap of Bitcoin. What happens, guys, it's the rotation of capital that I talk about. People come out of Bitcoin. They've made the gains in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the least risk asset. They want to make more money. The smart money really want to make more money. So they convert from their Bitcoin into altcoins. Altcoins run hard. Then people come back out of altcoins, go back into either Bitcoin, dollars, whatever, guys, when we go through a bear market. So this 2017 Altseason, let's measure this. 2017 alt season to its bottom lasted for 43 weeks, 41 weeks. So 41 weeks in 2017. That's how long we got, nearly a year. Now, we do exactly the same in 2017. I want you to tell me one thing, or 2021, should I say, and I want you to tell me one thing. What can you see here? 20 bars. So it's diminishing, guys. It's diminishing. I mean, you can look at this and you can measure from here to this low here, and it's around about the 20 bars. So you get leg one, come back, pull back, dominance, Bitcoin starts outperforming, and then you get leg two. So the first leg here, that's an important leg. That's around 23 days. Second leg, that's 20 days. That's the 2021 alt season. So as far as the 2025 alt season is concerned, is it going to run hard? Is it going to run fast? Are we going to get any kind of a mid-market pullback? That's the question in everyone's mind. And this is the thing that is going to give us the indication that alt season's happening. Because this wedge here, guys, you've got to understand, this wedge, which has been going on for nearly 3 years, that wedge is such a bearish move, guys. This is grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding, and it is exhaustion. This pattern is an exhaustion pattern. When that pushes to the downside and pushes to the downside, that is going to be such a big surge in altcoins. So that's why I look at the Bitcoin dominance. That's why it's important, because it's given us the first signal. It's front running that people have got conviction. But before that happens, guys, this is where macro, this is where fundamentals, and this is where technicals come in hand, because the stars need to align, guys. Fed needs to reduce interest rates. We need a positive catalyst, whether it's an end of a conflict, whatever it is, guys. We need that positive catalyst. And when we get a positive catalyst, guess what? People are not fearful. They're coming out of their Bitcoin. Bam, they're going into high risk. Markets are risk on. As far as traditional markets are concerned, stimulus will be going into the economy. New money will be going into the economy. The world will be able to refinance their debt. Once they've refinanced their debt, guess what? They can borrow more. They can stick that money printer on, and then the money can go into the markets. Happens time and time again, guys. So that's the important thing when you're looking at dominance against the Bitcoin chart. You can see that Bitcoin's still got a while. It looks like Bitcoin's got another leg to go as far as this rally's concerned. Looks like it could do something like this. Might pull back and come back and test this previous support, and then go for another leg up, or it could hold this area of support and then take another leg up. But you can see it's got another leg in it by the looks of it as far as time's concerned, time in the market. This is what I say, guys. It's not about timing tops. It's not about timing bottoms. It's understanding where we are in the cycle, what's a good area to accumulate, what's a good area to distribute, how you can play the markets. So all of these things collectively combined give us answers that we need to know. Give us answers need to know, because at the end of the day, guys, it's our investments, it's our money. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's the first thing that I'll say from a risk management perspective. Spread your portfolio, make sure that you've got rules built in, make sure the high risk altcoins that you're in, guys, you've got a strategy to exit the market, because they'll run hard, they'll run really hard, and they'll make you think that they're going to run forever. Guess what? It'll come crashing down. You'll be so rich, guys. You'll be so rich and realized, but you're going to hold it, because you're going to let your emotions run wild with you while you're watching your P&L go up, and you're watching your P&L go up. And I promise you, guys, you could have $1 million and you can end up with $200 if you're in the wrong altcoin. So just be careful. Make sure you've got a spread. Make sure you've got diversification. The next thing that we're going to look at, guys, is the DXY. We talk about the DXY quite a lot on this channel. Why is the DXY important? Because that's the strength of the dollar. What happens when you've got a weak dollar? This is what I mean. This is what happens when you've got a weak dollar, guys. So you go through your bull markets, you go through your bear markets. When you've got a weak dollar, that means that the market and the world is on risk. Why is that important? When the markets and the world are on risk, that means people are taking more risk. That means there's more money into the economy. That means people are spending their dollars. People are spending their dollars. So what happened here, guys? This is the DXY. So this is the strength of the dollar against a bag of fiat currencies, against the Canadian dollar, against the Great British Pound. The biggest one is the euro. They've got the Japanese yen. So collectively, all of those fiat currencies are trading against the dollar. Now, one thing to remember, guys, we're waiting for the dollar to reduce their interest rates. We're waiting for the Fed to pivot. The rest of the world, guys, the UK is reducing interest rates. Europe, I think, are reducing interest rates. There's lots of people around the world reducing their interest rates now, and they've already front-run America. We're just waiting for America to reduce their interest rates and cause that stimulus, because that's what the president is actually trying to do, guys. He's bringing the market down with tariffs, but he's trying to send a signal: high unemployment, high unemployment, and then low growth as far as markets are concerned. When the markets are in fear, when the markets need propping up, the Fed are there to prop the markets up. So they do that by reducing interest rates. They do that by adding stimulus into the economy. So this 2017 bull market, what happens with the dollar? Dollar gets battered. Bitcoin runs hard. So when Bitcoin's running hard, the dollar's dropping. Then what happens? 2018. Well, look at this, guys. Have a quick look. Got 2018. Where were we? 2018. So Bitcoin's getting battered in 2018. It's going through a bear market. It's going through a bear market. What happens? 2018. Up here, sorry. 2018, the dollar goes through a bull market. Then you've got the 2021 bull market. The dollar goes through a bear market. You can see 2021. 2021 up here, Bitcoin goes through a bull market. So each time that the dollar goes through a bull market, sorry, Bitcoin goes through its bear market. So that's here, 2022 bear market. So you flip it in reverse, guys, and when we see a weak dollar, we get excited. When we see a weak dollar, that's knowing that the world is becoming more on risk. Things are starting to change. And this is a big signal for the DXY, this big red candle to the downside, all the way to this support at 103. That was such weakness within the dollar. That signals such weakness in the dollar, and that gave us a little bit of hopium. So what can play out in the next couple of weeks? We're at this strong support here. In an ideal world, we'll come straight back down there. Altcoins will absolutely fly. But the realistic thing's going to happen, guys, and this is going to be a few weeks. So we're going to come back, test this 38.2% retracement, which is a big resistance level now. We've dropped that. That was important. That's going to be a big resistance level. Resistance, 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 resistance. Hit support there. You've dropped through. What hits support? And then what happens? It becomes resistance. So if we get rejected at this 38.2% and we come all the way back down here to test the 100 level, guys, that is going to be a big surge in altcoins. Just pull up total 3 quite quickly, because it is relevant. They're all relevant, guys. So we'll bring up total 3 and I'll show you the impact that it'll have on total 3. Total 3 is the crypto market cap, and it's excluding Bitcoin, it's excluding Ethereum. And this is my main metric, guys, for Altseason. So once we get a break and once we get a close of the previous all-time high of the previous bull market here, 1.13 trillion, that's when I'm going to be scaling out of my positions, guys. I'll be scaling out and scaling out and scaling out of all of my positions over a 10 to a 12-week period. Why a 10 to a 12-week period? Guys, look at the dominance and we can see that it's diminishing as far as the time's concerned, as far as Altseason's concerned. So if I say 10 to 12 weeks and I miss 8 weeks, for example, and that 8 weeks is a parabolic move and I've only got 20% of my position in, guys, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm not greedy, but I want to make sure that I capitalize out of Altseason for this short period of time where it's going to run hard, and it's going to mess with people's minds. So make sure that you've got an exit strategy. But what I want to ask you, did you find this video useful? Do you understand market cycles a little bit more now? Do you understand that why we need a weak dollar? Do you understand that how long the business cycle is, the 4-year cycle? Do you understand how I've measured the previous 2 cycles, not just the bull markets, but the bear markets? And those are both lined up exactly the same to the date, both of them. So the markets rhyme, guys. The markets don't repeat, but we can look at the market cycle and understand exactly where we are, how long we expect Altseason to run, when Altseason could run, and how you can be prepared for that. Because once you get that driving catalyst, guys, you'll get such a big candle that wipes out potentially months worth of price action to the downside that it's going to be difficult to get back in. So edge with caution, guys. Get yourself onto the Discord group. Like I say, it's completely free. We've got lots of guests on there. Go back and watch this video with Warren, actually. Absolutely fascinating guy. He's somebody that's within the space, that's coming into the community, that is in a position to give advice. He's a professional, guys. So go back and watch this video. Right, that's it for me. I'll see you very soon.